Hey there. This is going to be a mage video again because my last one was very, very long ago. Jesus. But it's going to be standard progression. We're not going to be doing anything crazy when it comes to like pre-mech and stuff like that because I just want to highlight a lot of more of the stuff. But if you are watching, we are almost at 500 subs, so if we can get that by the end of the month, it's kind of a lot to ask for, but it'd be really cool if we could. So if you're watching and you want to support out, please click the sub button. After this, we're going to start doing thorium and stuff like that, so I'm getting all the original ones out the way since my Mage video is the only one that I haven't done in a while, since, you know, that was the first two I've ever done. But yeah, I'm not going to talk anymore. Alright, bye. Alright, I know the intro said I'm not going to talk anymore, but I'm already past that, so I'm just going to keep it in because why not? Alright, so we're on the new updates, so you know, I've been really enjoying this a lot, and we're on Mage. So Mage is pretty simple in the beginning, at least, when it comes to weapons and all that, because Wand of Sparking is a very early, easy weapon you can get, and you can also upgrade it to a Wand of Frosting, which is a really good upgrade by just going to the snow biome, and I think it's 100 frost torches? Around there, it's at 90 or 100. It's good. It inflicts the frostbite debuff on them, so extra tick damage and stuff. And if you have two, you can use both to get the fire and the frostbite on it. My mom called me mid commentary, and it was on my phone, so it kind of threw me off for a second. But I'm gonna keep it in. I know this kind of seems really unprofessional and stuff like that, but I want to see how y'all like when it comes to just me talking normally and stuff like that. But yeah. So as I was saying, staffs are really easy to get. So just gems and platinum or any type of bar and stuff like that. So they're really good. You can get the demon sight, but I mean, if you're actually a psycho, if you go all the way down there and farm the demon sight, I mean, I guess it works if you get it early, but you have to deal with farming mana and stuff like that and everything. So staffs are going to be just fine for us. We don't have anything good in the desert, so we don't get like the thunder zap or anything anytime soon. So first game, we're just going to be trying to get anything we can find. Wand of Sparking is a goal, and then just our staff, alongside getting a Hermes boots, a cotton bottle, and pretty much all your standard necessities. After attempting to explore the right side, I die immediately, pretty much, but I do find a living tree in the middle of a cave right here. But there's actually 4 of them merged into one, which is actually the first time I've seen this. It's actually pretty lucky. On top of that, we do get a Wand of Sparking, one of the chests here, and it just kept going down, and it's a huge area over here, so, you know, pretty lucky spawn. I find Hermes boots really early, so with that I go to the ice biome and try to get my Wand of Sparking upgrade. So requires 90 to 100 snow torches, so ice blocks are the way to do it. Having explored the underground for a little bit, we do have enough to make a sapphire staff, which is a really big upgrade over the Wand of Sparking, but what I like to do is I like to cycle between the two to get the frostbite debuff on it. We also have enough to make a hook as well. For the armor, we're going to be going for full offensive, so we're going to be going for the Mage hat, a diamond robe, and any high defense thing. So you can use jungle, you can use platinum at the pants, but I'm just going to be using jungle though, because it does give a little bit of extra magic bonuses. I don't know why in the first recording I like really stuttered on it, but magic bonuses. It gives a little bit of extra magic bonuses when it comes to damage and stuff like that, so but go with the whatever easier to get though. I wasn't intentionally trying to farm these hoplites, but doing so I got a gladiator helmet and these leggings, which is actually really good for starting defense, since I don't really have anything else better right now, but this will help us get our other things like the wizard hat and our diamond robe a lot easier when it comes to exploring. Despite not having any of the magic armor and stuff like that, we still are at a good point to kill the first boss. There's not really too much for risking. Sure, it's going to be a little slower than usual, but I mean, we have high defense and we have the diamond staff and the Wand of Sparking, so we're fine. Now, before we fight any major other boss, we do need to get our, first of all, we need to get our wizard hat, we need to get our diamond robe. Though if you do get a mystic robe, that is better, but, you know, I got unlucky in this run, so I didn't get anything from the traveling merchant. And our main accessories are going to be the celestial cups alongside the magnet flower. Pretty easy accessories to get, and one of them requires us to go get the sky islands, so while we're at it, let's go try to get our horseshoe balloons as well. Now, I did try to actually get a diamond farm here with the gem coins and stuff like that, but it just never worked. I mean, it worked at one point, but it took so long that I was just better off getting an extractinator and then just getting it from there, which is what I ended up doing. But, like, maybe I did it wrong, maybe there was something else I was supposed to be doing, but man, I was in the cavern lane and everything, it just wouldn't work. As I was exploring underground, I actually got pretty lucky with Tim spawning literally right here, though I was in a really weird position. I don't know how I got in this, but yeah. Now that we have all of our armor, we actually are going to continue to use this till Wall of Flesh, so this is pretty much like a full glass cannon build, so our defense isn't going to be that high, but our damage is going to be the highest it can be at this point. Now, all it's left to do is to get our accessories that I mentioned earlier. Now, I was going to hold off from fighting him till I got my other accessories, but I had a bunch of potions from my chest when I was exploring and stuff, so I figured why not anyway. For this fight, I actually used Molotovs with the slime gun for all the little creepers, and it actually worked really well than I thought it was. I never used Molotovs, but using them here just seemed pretty good because I didn't really have any good piercing weapons. Or, I mean, it pierces, but it's through two enemies, and in this fight, it's a little kind of niche to do it. But it worked really well, though. It was also really satisfying to do it. Now, in order to actually combine all these, I need the Goblin Tinkerer, and for some reason, after just waiting a while, it just would not spawn the Goblin Army. I don't know why. So, in the end, I had to actually go kill Goblin Scouts, which is a first. I've never had to go kill Goblin Scouts because the Goblin Army wouldn't spawn, but this is a first. Before I did, though, I actually went and got all the permanent shimmer upgrades. The fishing one is necessary because I do fish a lot for crates later in this playthrough, alongside the mana and the heart crystal, and the one you can get from fruit, which permanently increases your life regen. They're all really useful, and you should do them anyway, even if you're playing and you don't really think it's that big of a priority. Just get them anyway, they're just permanent upgrades you can get pretty easily. Now, after getting all of our accessories combined, I do want to go and combine my other cloud in a bottle, so doing that requires us to fish a lot, and we had to get sky crates alongside the blizzard crates as well. They're called snow crates, I think, but blizzard is going to be what I'm going to be calling them, which requires me to fish a lot, which is something I usually don't do, but I don't know why. When I was playing, I just kind of felt like fishing a lot more, so I ended up doing it, and I spent an ungodly amount of time just fishing. And it took a lot longer. I kind of got invested in it, but man, I spent so much time doing this. After going into the dungeon after killing Skeletron and getting the Water Bolt and the Magic Missile, those are both really good weapons that you can use. They're really strong, especially the Water Bolt. Magic Missile is good for a single target, though you wouldn't want to use that against Hollow Flesh though, because it most likely targets Hunger sometimes. Now, the main weapon we're going to be using, I do get the Aqua Scepter, which is probably the best single target you can get right now. Now, I know that there is the Demon Sight, and some people like the Demon Sight, some people don't. I'm one of those people that don't like the Demon Sight. Like, if you get it, you might as well just keep using it, but for me, I've used it before compared to other weapons, and I just prefer the Aqua Scepter a lot more. It's more mana, it's less mana costly, alongside just, in my opinion, being easier to get, because you don't always get the Demon Sight that I ever played through, but Aqua Scepter, you can pretty much always get it if you're lucky, or not lucky. The chances of you gonna get compared to the Demon Sight, they're a lot higher. But yeah, so I do end up going for the Golfing Cart. If you guys don't know how to get the Golfing Cart, I'll show it real quickly, but it's a really good mount. It's really fast. It goes around 41 miles per hour, and when you run into enemies, you actually get it hits them for small damage, and the damage isn't really the main thing. It's mainly because you get invincibility frames when it hits an enemy. The invincibility frames can actually literally save your life sometimes. I've seen people use it against Duke Fishron, and though I don't use it here against Duke Fishron, holy, I don't know why I had a hard time saying that. I don't use it against it, but I've seen people use it, and it seems pretty easy when it comes to just running in a line and stuff like that, and a lot of its hits actually just go straight through you, and you don't take any damage because of the golf cart. And it's overall really easy. If you have an elevator, just set up one really high, chuck the golf putt all the way down there, and you should get it from the golfer. That was kind of expensive, so make sure if you do this, you actually like have enough gold to buy it. While this is going on, I want to give a big shout out to this guy right here, MR Virus. I think I'm saying that right. He was the one that gave me the idea for the little captions for the music and stuff like that, and it was a good idea, so I edited it, and from now on I'll be doing it. So give a big thanks to him, guys. After an hour of fishing, I still need to go get the Blizzard in a bottle so we can make the full triple jump. Now, this took forever just to get one, but I got a little bit lucky when it comes to the other one, so I got that one pretty fast. Having nothing left to do, we can go ahead and start killing Wall of Flesh. Now for the armor we're going to be using is the same as before. Only exception is that we've changed the jungle pants to meteorite pants, which is just a slight little upgrade, though you don't really have to if you don't want to, but you know, I'm min-maxing this build, so accessories and armor, if you want to see a bigger picture, it's going to be right here. Now I do want to mention that the mana flower variant I have right there with the ramrock, I don't use the ramrock in the fight, I just have it there so I can, you know, traverse the elevator a little faster. Well, that's about it. Now that we're in hard mode, we have access to way better gear. Now, for the weapons, we're going to be using mainly the orange Zapinator. Now, I do want to mention that I did farm the Sky Fracture and the Crystal Serpent with the Meteor Staff, but I found the Zapinator literally right after I did all of that, so I spent around 3 hours getting all that together. So I was like, huh. Well, I mean, I still use the Zapinator anyway, because why not? It's the best option out of all of them, especially for at this point in the game and stuff like that. The armor is going to be pretty simple. We're going to be using a mix of adamantite headgear, adamantite breastplate, alongside the forbidden treads. You can use an extra summon with it if you want, but you don't really have to make a big deal out of it if you don't want to use it. It's just for the extra damage compared to the actual adamantite leggings, so just go ahead and use forbidden treads if you want to really min-max your damage. I was hoping to kill this Hollow Mimic over there, but right as I started attacking it, a wizard spawned on top of me, and it just completely one-shotted me. With all of our gear upgraded, we can pretty much go ahead and start killing the mech bosses now. Having all the mech bosses killed, the only thing we need to do now is to actually start preparing for Plantera. Now when it comes to the weapons for Plantera, I'm not going to be changing it from anything. You can use the Venom Staff or the Shadow Flame doll if you want, but I'm just going to stick with the Zapinator since it's DPS wise it should be the most, but I'm pretty sure the Venom Staff actually squeaks out just a little bit more against Plantera because of the AoE on it, but I don't want to deal with farming it, so I'm just going to use the Zapinator. The armor does actually change though. You can go for the Chlorophyte chestplate alongside the Apprentice's trousers from the Tavern Keep, and then the Hollowed Headgear. It's the most damage, but not the most defensive. But I like using armor mixing and stuff like that. But if you don't want to do any of that, you could just use the standard Chlorophyte full set. That should be general for everybody right now. Accessories, we do change something. We do get rid of the Magnet Flower and exchange it for the Celestial Emblem. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, if you don't like manually drinking your potions, but I do that just because it's more damage. Having our new armor, we can go ahead and start killing Plantera now. Now, after Plantera is defeated, the rest of the game becomes pretty quick when it comes to like progression and stuff like that. We want to go get the Spectre armor from the dungeon. Now that requires us to farm Ectoplasm. Now the Spectre armor is really cool because you have two versions of the headpiece you can use. There's the hood and there's the mask. The hood heals you kind of similar to the Vampire Knives, while the mask is like really damage oriented and stuff, and it's good for AoE too. Now, for the weapons though, I tried farming the Spectre Staff and the Infernal Fork, but I just never got them. I don't know why. It took me, like, I couldn't even get one of the enemies to spawn. But, so we're just gonna kind of have to brute force the not Pumpkin Moon, the Frost Moon for the Blizzard Staff and the Razor Pine. I did want to mention that I killed Golem in the temple, but I wasn't recording, so I decided to kill him again right here, so you guys can see that, you know, I actually did do it. Now that we've killed pretty much everything else, all left to do is go kill Moonlord and the pillars. But I do want to mention that I do use the dark armor set. Now they're very similar to the Spectre armor and the dark armor, but in the new update, it slightly squeaks out just a little bit more DPS because of the extra summon slot you can use with the Stardust Dragon or the Stardust Cell Staff. But feel free to use whatever. I honestly would just use the Spectre armor since doing the old one's army is kind of a hassle sometimes. And Moonlord's defeated. All right, there goes my mage redo again after quite a long time, after quite a bit. But I'm glad I got it done. So I'm really excited to start moving on to thorium and stuff like that and my other modded content. So probably take me a little longer. This video took me long to do. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got lazy at a time. So this video should have been out way before this day right here. It's been 8 days since I last uploaded. That's not good. Okay, we need to be more consistent. So sorry about that. But yep. I will get to it, you know, right after this video. I'm going to start instantly hopping on to the thorium and stuff like that. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know if you enjoyed this type of style of video. I talked a lot more, you know, I tried showing more of the grinding process and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed that, let me know. All right, see you guys.